Today we're taking a look at our Rhino-Rack Roof Rack System. So this has the 46-inch long crossbars, the towers, as well as the custom fit kit for your 2012 Chevrolet Sonic. So you got a little car with a lot of personality, but what if you need to do some other things with it? Maybe you want to carry around a roof basket or a roof box or kayaks. What you then need is a roof rack system. So your options for your Sonic may be limited, especially with the hatchback version, which is what we have here, but this is still a good option because you have this custom fit kit that fits perfectly into your door, and you have a solid system with a great weight capacity to carry around those accessories. We have the 46-inch long crossbars here, which I think is a great balance for crossbars. I usually prefer longer crossbars just because I want to maximize the space. But when it comes to smaller vehicles like this, you don't want them too long because when you get into your car, you don't want to hit your head against them. So this still gives you overhang without being too long of a crossbar. In fact, taking some measurements, tower to end cap, we have 2 1/4 inches here for our front crossbar. Next measurement is the height added to the top of the roof. So top of the roof to top of the crossbar is 4 1/2 inches, which means that's where your cargo is gonna sit. If you're carrying around skis and snowboards, especially skis with extra tall bindings, you want enough clearance off the top of your roof. And if you don't have enough clearance, that's when you're gonna start taking a look at our accessories that give you that clearance. At the end of your Rhino-Rack crossbars, you have the special Rhino-Rack security tool. So you're just gonna turn this and you can pop that end cap off. And now you can see the shape of your Rhino-Rack bar, but as well as get access to your T-track channel. So these are the Vortex aero bars. So if you remember the traditional round and square crossbars, those had a lot of wind noise and wind drag when driving down the road. This is to help out with it, where they're a lot more aerodynamic, where they're tapered, they get larger, and then they're tapered again. It adds that sporty look to your Chevy Sonic, but it also adds that practicality. If you want to carry around kayaks, if you want to carry around skis and snowboards, this is probably going to be the best way to do it. Now it might seem tricky to install, but hopefully this video helped you out with that install process. Remember, this has a 165-pound weight capacity, but that includes the weight of your accessory, the weight of your cargo, and the weight of your roof rack system. So when you do use this roof rack, keep that in mind before you enjoy your adventures. This roof rack system has pretty much everything you need, but I recommend grabbing your tape measure real quick as you install them. So let's take a look at that process. So the install process for this is going to be a little bit confusing, but that's just how it is with naked roofs. It is easy though, and that's what this video is for, to guide you through that process with the different numbers for the pads, different numbers for the hooks, where to put the plates, whether they're out or in, things like that. So first, we'll start up with setting up your towers. So start by taking your end cap off, and then you're going to get your tower and feed it through your crossbar. And you're also going to have this measurement strip for underneath. So for our front crossbar, you want it at 146 millimeters. So find that and then cut that to size. So I'm not going to cut this strip just because I'm installing it for demonstration purposes. But once you have it at the exact measurement you need it to be, tighten it down with your included Rhino-Rack tool. Now we're going to set up the pads. So there's going to be different numbers, and then there's going to be different arrows on the pads. So you want the foot plate to be facing out, and then for this case we're going to be using 6/2/8 since it's going to be on the right side. So if they're both facing out, you just pop them together. So just double check that both of those arrows are facing the same way before you pop them onto your tower. So now we're ready to put this onto our roof. So don't forget which one's the right side, which one's the left side, because they have different components. And then gently place it on there. So your fit kit is going to have these specific measurements for where your front crossbar and where your rear crossbar should go. So for example, here it's going to be 5 29/30. So pretty much almost 6 inches. So get that measurement and then line up the center of your tower to that distance. Once they're in place, you're then going to get the hooks on. So there's that bolt, you're gonna put that through the hook, and you're gonna feed it with that threaded nut back there. So it can be a little tricky. You're gonna have to use both hands, and then hand tighten. So I hand tighten it first because you don't want to tighten one side way too much more than the other. So what you could do is you can tighten it down halfway on this side, go to the other side, go to like 75%, finish it off on the other side. That way it doesn't pull the crossbar to one side unevenly. Your Rhino-Rack tool has a torque spec, so as you pull on that end, if you have enough tightness or torque, it's gonna flatten out. And the final step, once everything is tightened down, is to put your end caps on. You have your crossbar end caps, and then you have your tower end caps. So you're gonna lock that with a key, and you can get the metal lock core upgrade for your crossbar. Here we have the plastic one. Once all four sides are locked up, then that's it for the install. You're ready to load this up and hit the road. And that right there was a look at our Rhino-Rack Roof Rack System with the 46-inch long crossbars, the through feet for your Rhino-Rack Roof Rack, as well as the custom fit kit for your 2012 Chevrolet Sonic.